Hi everybody, this is Pramita here, and today I'm going to do a craft with me sort of process video. I had posted a video on Instagram showing how you can make your own ephemera using stencils and stamps. So I'm going to take off from there, but I'm going to go into a little bit of depth in this craft with me sort of thing. So the thing that I'm trying to do is I have this cardstock. This is not actually cardstock. This is a thicker quality drawing paper. I like to use this because often what I do is I double this up and then I stitch around it. So or I glue it. So I like to keep it. This is around 120 GSM. So it's pretty thick, as you can see. I don't know if that's visible enough. So that's pretty thick, and I'm going to work on this, and I'm also going to show you some cheat methods how you can coffee or tea dye very quickly without going through the baking process and stuff like that. So that will be another step that I intend on showing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to either you can use some background stamps or some stencils that you have. I'm going to show you both of this, but for the first part I'm going to go with the stencils maybe. So let me dig into my stencils first. So this is all the stencils I have inside. I don't have too many, and I don't intend to have too many, because I told this again and again that I don't like to have too many supplies. I would rather have a few which I can use in many ways. And I'm just going through my stash and trying to find if anything will work. And there are quite a few. Some stacked inside. And yeah, I have some Tim Holtz ones and some Indian brands and some stains like this, and some ribbons, and yeah. So this is all I'm going to use because I'm going to make some tags. So even before I cut up my tags, what I do is I find that it's easier when you have a larger sheet of paper. So this is a script stencil that I have. You can see it. So this is a script stencil that I have, and I am going to make use of that. So I usually go with a lighter color first and then I work through it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use just a second, let me see. Okay, so I have been using this distress oxide. This is gathered twigs, and so I'm just inking this up, and I'm not going to go through it in details, so you'll see how it works out. So I'm just going to work very lightly, not through everything. I'm just going to, because I might use something else also on top of that. So I'm just going to go lightly over this, and I'm going to build up a layer of different shades of the same brownish color through deep and light. So you'll see how it is. I don't want too much. So that's how it's looking, and I might go in a little bit on this corner, some over here. So there's no rhyme or reason, as you can see. I've just done it very lightly. And next what I can do is I can go over the same thing with my vintage photo. This is archival ink. This is the new inks that Tim Holtz has come up, I think, in this creative edition. So I'm going to go over the same script with a darker color, just to build up some kind of, so as you can see. So I'm not going to add much because I'm going to add some stuff on top also. Sorry for the shaking. So that's that. And now I can add some, some wildflower sort of thing, which I can do it with ground espresso. At this point you can use any stencils which would be your focal point maybe. So I'm going to add this very lightly, as you can see. I'm not going to add too much. And I build up the paper first and then I will cut it down, make tags or journaling cards, because that way what happens is you are free to make whatever you want after you have stenciled. So I'm going to add that like so. So I hope you can see it. And now I can add some different stencils over here. So I'm just doing it very lightly. Now it might not look like as if it's something is happening, but it will soon when I cut this up. So I'm going to show on this half paper, as you will see, that I'm just going to tear the half portion. And I like to keep doing this and keep them in the notebook itself, and trim them whenever I would require. So I'm just going to show on this scrap piece, and then you'll know what you can do. So now I have my journaling paper done. Now you can make a tag out of this. So I have a tag template that I can dig into. Just a second. So this is a tag template I have. This is from Lindsay's Ode to Nature kit. So what I can do is I can just trim this and use this as a template. I think the size is very good. Not too big, not too small, and you can use this as a template. So I'm going to use this. So I'm going to cut this along this side, and you can see that I've cut this down, and now okay, and I'm also going to trim this side. Now if you want, you can stitch around this like I have done so in this one. You can do whatever you want. So basically you have made your tag. So this is your tag. So if you want, you can back this up with another piece of cardstock or tea stain paper or whatever. I don't always do that, but it doesn't mean I don't do it. I do use things like that. So now I'm going to add some kind of interest to this, this background. So you can create this background with stencils as well as create something with your stamps. I'm going to show that also. So I'm going to add this, and I am one of the worst stampers in the world. I presume so, because I invariably mess up. So here you have a stamped image, and now you can add something more to it, like you can add another branch sort of thing. See how I've messed up? So it's okay, like I can make it like this, so you have some sort of image going. Now you can punch a hole here or simply tie some things, and you can finish this off with using your distress stains, or for that matter I'm going to show you how you can tea stain or coffee stain in a jiffy. This is a coffee solution I have, and I keep this in my fridge, and whenever I need some I'll just dig into it. And what I'm going to do is, I have a brush, with the help of which I'm going to tea dye this, or coffee dye, whatever. And since I've used some distress oxides, you'll see how it starts reacting partially, so it becomes like this. And I can do the same on this side. Now this, what happens is, this doesn't stain your paper too much, but if you want, you can give it a stained look. I hope this is okay. Yeah, so this is how it's looking. So if you want, you can dip the edges a little bit more. You can dip the edges a little bit more just to give a darker color, but I don't think that would be necessary always. So you can just let it dry. So you can just let it dry and see what happens. So I'm going to just let this air dry for the time being and show you how you can work on another piece where you can make a journaling paper. Now let me wipe this place off a little bit. It's so messy. So this is the journaling tag that I showed, and you can make the same thing with journaling. You can make small notebooks out of it. So I'm going to show you that also. So what you can do is, you can just simply trim this part off. So this is your journaling paper, and you can fold this. If you have a paper punch, it's fine. If you don't, then it's fine too. So I'm going to show that. Like, if you have a paper punch, what you can do is, so this is your notebook sort of thing. If you want, you can write inside, and I'm going to also show you how you can stamp on this. So I'd like to use some kind of a bigger sort of stamp, maybe, I'm not sure. So I'm just going to let this dry a little bit, and I'm going to use my stamp sets. Okay, so I have this butterfly stamp. I have another one okay, I can't find that one, never mind. Okay, so I have this butterfly stamp which I want to use, and what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to ink this up. Now I'm going to use my archival ink, and I'm just going to ink this up. And I'm going to stamp over it, and I'm letting the ink to seep through before I remove this. So here I have a journaling booklet sort of thing. And another thing you can do is, you can stamp like this. So there's a light ghosting kind of stamp, as you see. That's the negative kind of effect. So you can do that, and then you can use some phrase stickers or something. That's totally up to you. And what you can do with the corner punches, of course you can use your round punch and round the paper, journaling paper. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to round the middle part also, and you'll see why. Because when you open this is going to look like a notebook. So this is how your notebook can look. Now you can edge punch around here, or you can tie some ribbons, you can add some lace on the sides and decorate this further or embellish this further and take it to another level. You can add pages to it inside and make this as a cover. So that's one technique what you can do. And another one that I'm going to show is how you can make use of your background stamps or busy stamps that you have and make that work. So even before I put this aside, I'm just going to ink this up. I'm not going to coffee dye this anymore because I think we've had enough of experience of that. And I'm just going to use the I'm going to go through it on the insides also because I don't know. So if you want, you can stamp something in the inside part also, but I'm not doing that because otherwise it might look very busy, so I'm not doing that. So I'm just inking up the edges and that's it. So my journaling paper is done, and if you have a pretty edge punch, you can use that. And I'm just going to ink this up a little bit more, and that's it. So this is my journaling paper. It's as simple as that, and you can build up your colors as you like. So this is the one that had been air drying, and look how muted the colors are looking right now because I've used the Distress Oxides, and which is reactive to water up to a certain extent, and it has given a kind of ghosting effect. Now you can back this up with another piece of cardstock or another tea stained paper, and then add a string to it. So in the next part of this making your journaling ephemera, I'm going to show you how you can use stamps, totally stamps and nothing else, not stencils, to make journaling papers like this, and go on from there. So it's going to be a 2 or 3 part, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to come back and show you what I've done to the others also, so you'll be able to see what I've done. So bye for now, and if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, then please subscribe and please comment below because that will help me to know what kind of videos you'd like to see. And thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.